2008, telling you what's good about Fresno, the valley, the state, and the nation. And when something good comes along, we want you to know about it. We want to be the window where you see the world, and so you can celebrate the good things going on along with us. Every year about this time, people start running for office, running for city council, the Congress, and even President of the United States. And we've seen a lot on the TV lately about a past president who's running and a current president who apparently is running too. But it's way too early for people to start making up their minds. So we're going to bring candidates onto the show so you can meet them and get to know them. Our candidate today, he was here last week. Welcome, Jorge Zavala, Green Party candidate. Welcome, George. You're running on the Green Party.
I am. I feel very honored, and I feel it's an obligation within me to help to participate, to act. Faith without works is dead. We're in a situation, like I said before, we're at a very serious crossroads dealing with the green environment, especially in California, and in the whole world, the climate, because we're producers, so we have a water issue that's happening. We're at national security with Russia and China at our back doors or in our backyard, so to speak. That happened last week.
Now, I've known you for quite a few years, George. You're not new to this green thing. You've been very committed to it for years.
I have the production and the placement and the product itself is green. So no contaminants. It's good for your home and environment, children and kids. So I try to be a good example in representing what green actually is.
Okay. And now you want to take some of those beliefs and understand. You have some kind of, advanced understanding of chemistry and things like that. I've known just talking to you over the years. You're going to bring that understanding and apply it to what our government does.
Right. So this development, what's wrong in society is that we're coerced, we're redirected, become biased, and only accept information that's publicly well known on, for instance, television or YouTube, or so the big conglomerate monopolization companies. They don't let us see small businesses and developments and practices that are not alive. They step on them, they close them out, they buy them, shut them down.
Keep us from knowing about them.
They really do, and because they want the money. So they fill their pockets, they pull it up, and another issue is that they don't give it back. They're not. The money's not going back into the economy.
Right.
So we're at $117 trillion in deficit. We got 15 trillion to back it up. Those numbers are wrong.
Bad.
We're borrowing 19% from China, 14% from England, and 9% from Japan and other sources.
Wow.
Plus the companies that they own here, organized. So we're borrowing, they're pulling, and you think about it. We're losing.
Right.
We're number 12. And
I want to try to focus here, and I understand that's important, the economy of the world and how we're in a deficit. I want to focus something more regional here, and that's farmers, farming, water. What's your thoughts on all that?
Well, here in California, unfortunately, we got environmentalists fighting environmentalists. We're not all on the same page. We're looking at problems in a micro level instead of a macro level, and they're not coming into play. It's non-functioning. The example is this: that these new laws that are coming into enact next year about the groundwaters and how to place the groundwaters and the water runoff and the canals and the water going to the oceans, and the farmers, these constraints are going to make the farmers cut 50% of their crop growth. They're not going to be allowed to use 50%.
That's a new law for next year. The water laws will restrict usage by farmers.
So what do they do? What's going to happen? Where do they go? What's the direction? Everybody wants to sue legislation, and before it's too late, they're still underneath the constraints, which is going to cause a rise in inflation. Supply is going to be down. It's going to cause
It'll be a disaster.
The market to go up.
Not just for here, but for the whole nation, it'll be a disaster.
The whole nation's depending on California. The whole world, and so it's massive distribution, and it's gonna hurt California. It's going to hurt the people. So we need to find better, reasonable, long-term and short-term solutions that we can enact now.
Yeah, you mentioned last week something about water. I didn't understand it because I don't have advanced understanding of this stuff, but about how we could use water, reuse water, even use ocean water. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Sure. I'm speaking to one of the scientists and engineers and CEO of AliveWater.com. His name is Mikael Lund, a Danish engineer that's developed this technology that's bigger in Europe, in France. They're saving up to a maximum amount of 30% of water. The reduction cost of chemicals in the water, like I said before, water has a memory. It's not a part of life, it is life. So understanding this technology, the water's being pushed through a double helix cyclone system. It's giving a natural somatic 420 hertz. It's empowering the water. It's making it smaller. So it's killing chemicals. It's breaking down the chemicals. It's breaking down biocontaminants, as algae and growth, that's sediments that are in the water, that goes into the plants, that hurts everybody. So less chemicals, less bacteria, more. So the plants grow stronger. The roots grow bigger. The roots grow bigger, and so, like I said before, the insects. Now the plant's stronger, we have less amount of pesticides to use. Because of the insects,
I see. You don't need the pesticides.
They're not attracted to strong plants. They're attracted to weak plants. So giving less water for everyone else is going to be a big factor. It's going to, more chemicals. They don't, like I'm saying, they're going to have to. It's a crisis, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it. It's within my heart.
Well, what I think I hear from what you said earlier to what you're saying now, this technology is out there, but it's being withheld and hidden from us. They're not letting us know about it because maybe it's more profitable not to talk about these kinds of technology.
It's like I'm saying, these big companies, they're taking over. They're not letting us. This technology, which I'm speaking of, for farmers, for the big 4-inch systems, they're about $10,000. Smaller systems are 5, 2, 3. For your homes, for your whole homes, is $2,000. And so using less water over amount of time, getting more healthier, cleaner, your animals, yourself. So we're going to reduce water. We're going to increase the health. We're going to get rid of chemicals. It's a win-win situation, Mike. So we need to all participate and look towards this technology and bring it forth without having to be manipulated by commercials with the big corporations. This is a technology that's been there for a long time, Mike.
Yeah.
It's been here for like 20, 30 years, and yet the United States does not know about it.
Well, let's talk a little about more politically. Right now we're August 8th, I think, in 2023. When's this election? It's going to be November 2024?
It is. It's going to be a big run. As we know right now, there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of anger, which is, again, misdirecting the people to what they're supposed to be focusing on. And that is the economy. That is national security. That is the welfare and being of jobs.
By the way, your water issue, that is economy and national security.
It is. It's both. So we really have to think about that. We want to create jobs. We want to create more plants. We want to, reinitialize the momentum, this drive that the Americans have lost. People don't vote. Their value doesn't seem to matter. And we need to bring that back where the vote does matter. So I ask you to participate. Go to my website, votejz.org. Look at the petitions.
By the way, so about 15 months is the election. You're on Central Valley Talk. We always say, you got to get on Central Valley Talk, but we're just one little blip. How do you get the word out to the nation? By the way, this channel goes nationwide, worldwide, but we're just one source. How are you going to reach the people?
Well, the press releases, using PressWire and other sources like that I'm using. So sending these press releases on a weekly basis. This Thursday I'm sending another one. Last week was on the 3 truths, and this week is going to be on the balance of ethics, the pivoting point of what's wrong and right. I'm trying to get people to expand their mind, and I can be able to touch their hearts, Mike, and get this support. We have social media now with the power it's more powerful than the current media. So
it is, isn't it?
With YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
That's how Trump did a great job with Twitter last time. He really utilized that. It's just too bad, like I'm saying, what's happening now. So the time is to act, to engage. I'm there as a business owner. I'm not a politician, so I'm not to be buyed. I don't want to be bothered by lobbyists. It's to be honest with the people, because the people are tired of politicians.
Yeah.
They're tired of the money. They're tired of the redirects. They're tired of the lies. How are you doing, everybody? And all that. We don't want the fakeness no more.
Right. Well, now we've had the two-party system for years. Do you think America's ready to dump the two-party system? And maybe
They
have
want
some
to
more?
change. The House, even the House representatives, indeed, they wanted. What did they come out a couple of weeks ago? The no names.
You had no names, right?
Right. They're looking for. They know it's split.
Yeah.
They know it doesn't function. They know it's grown to this point. Again, the companies, they're being monopolized. They're being manipulated by these large conglomerate companies. You know, if you go to LDL.com, the lobbyists, and see how much money is being dispersed to these senators and congressmen. You know, when you're getting $1 million, it's how do you not look the other way?
Yeah.
You know.
So what about regular Joe six-pack? Will you take a contribution of $2, $5, $10?
The $5 contributions, it starts at $5. It really would change the impact for me to get to my to the events that I need to go to help create these this movement. We have to all engage. This money is not wasted. It's not going into my pocket to buy frivolous things. It's to make this movement happen. So
It's expensive, right? You're finding, I bet already, you got to build a website, you got to travel. I mean, you got to get out there, you got to get the word out. Sending out press releases, that takes time and money. I know.
it does take time and money. Now, this website, I designed it, I created it, with my experience and my intelligence and the vastness of all of this. This is what we want: someone who knows what they're doing. Now, I built that website a little over a month's time, and it's only cost me a few thousand.
Mhm.
Now, everyone else would have cost them hundreds of thousands
Hundreds
of
of
dollars.
thousands,
They would
right.
have had multiple people, but again, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have the experience. So how can they make a change and or a difference? And then being manipulated. So again, this is your chance to really support, so that I can represent the people. I can relate to you. I can touch your hearts. I'm there. I'm with you, America.
Very good. Now, generally, when we go to votejz.org, I want to say that as many times as I can. Votejz.org, what are they going to find at the site? A way to get involved? A way to contribute?
They have Voice of the People. Send me your problems and issues. Upload pictures and videos, information. There's 14 petitions on homelessness, strengthening our military, our police departments, national security, the Greens. There's all these different efforts that you can participate in. Just drop it down, sign it, push it back up. This goes to Congress. We have the agendas, the policies that I'm trying to create and change. You know, I want to, right now America's in a crisis. What do we do? So the first steps that I would like to do is convert these countries that are third world from the peso to the American dollar.
To the American dollar, yeah.
Reindustrialize them, use these new technologies that are on my green technologies page. Look at these new technologies for free. Solar light, no electricity into your homes. You get sunlight into your homes. We're cleaning the water out, less water. We're just cleaning out the air. We're using biofuels, you know, and there's other such different engines that run on water.
Mm-hmm. There are, yeah.
So it's just the technology is there, but we have to work together and break the constraints of the patents that are holding a lot of these companies down. There's no contest. 1995, there's a non-contest agreement for the oil companies. So they're destroying the biofuels and the ethanol. And so we got to change. Again, we're at the crossroads. Which direction do we go? Who's going to lead us? Who knows the situation and how to make these changes? So let's all work together.
Well, Jorge Zavala is the guy who can make those changes. Now, you're a patriotic guy.
I am.
You're a true American patriot, and you're going to honor America in a few minutes by playing the trumpet.
Oh, my contribute to America. I'm a trumpet player. I'm a Blue Devil, 1996 world champ. So the teamwork that's instilled into the Corps is brought forth development in my whole life. The unity, the patriotic. You know, I tried several times to go in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
I was there for a short time, but I had vision issues that allowed me. But patriotism is what we need. We need to move forward. You know, and people don't know what they're capable of, Mike, until they're driven. How do you